For the past 5 years, 63-year-old Zhong Jiawu has suffered with nightmares. In his sleep, he dreams that he's being chased by vicious animals or cruel people who are trying to kill him. In his small home in the village of Nankeng in East China's Jiangxi province, there were once 130 villagers. However, as China's economy has rapidly developed over the past few decades, more and more of Zhong's fellow villagers have uprooted to start new lives in cities. Now Zhong's family is the only remaining household in the mountain village, and he's haunted by his fears of them being left and forgotten. During the evenings, he and his family huddle around their television set for entertainment, then sleep early. However, without the security of their fellow villagers, Dao's family have started to feel more and more like outsiders in the countryside.
One night, a wild boar broke into the house and attacked our children. My husband opened the door and saw that animal. He is a timid person, and he was terrified.
Since that night, Zhong has suffered with unbearable nightmares. As more and more people have left the village, the once busy space has become overgrown with weeds, and animals have started to occupy the small village. Sometimes Zhong and his family even find themselves having to fight against the animals.
I remember yelling to the rest of my family, "A wild boar has come in, help me." If there was nobody around to help me, I would have shouted and maybe set off firecrackers to scare the animal away.
To ward off the animals, Zhong has now taken to lighting firecrackers. At midnight each night, he awakes to light firecrackers. Village life today is in stark contrast to his happy childhood years. Back then, he and his friends would gather firewood or tend to cattle. In the evenings, the village would be alive with laughter and fun, as the adults would gather outside to play cards and chat.
When I was young, our village was so lively. People lived happily together. During the Spring Festival, people would visit each other's families. But now, even if some people come back to the village for Spring Festival, they then quickly return to the cities.
Just like the rest of the families from the village, Zhong also planned on relocating his family in the hope of a better life in the city. But due to lack of money, he had to give up on his dream. Zhong and his wife have a disabled daughter, and along with the extra expense, time and effort needed to support her, he also fears that life in the big city would be dangerous for her. In August, the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences released a report which showed that China's urban population had reached 691 million, with the urbanization rate reaching 51.27%. It marks the first time in the country's history that China's urban population has exceeded its rural population.
This is an inevitable phenomenon due to the country's rapid urbanization. China's urbanization rate has reached over 50%. Take Jiangxi province as an example. More than 700 to 800,000 people from villages are relocating to cities every year. A majority of the urbanized population are young people, while the old people are being left behind along with the children and some women. We should strive to improve or reform the country's policy on urbanization. Although it is not only the process to transfer abundant rural labor to the cities, it is a process which is making rural families resettle in search of a better life.